Okay, it's thumping. What's up, y'all? Welcome to AI Infused Network with me, Riff. Now, you'll love this channel if you're into the impact of AI in the music industry. I'm talking Pro Tools, TV, movies, news, all that. Now, we're going to try to keep you up to date as much as we can, so stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe. Today, we're going to be talking about the best AI music generator, in my opinion, and we're also going to look at 3 takeaways on the good things and 3 things that they will improve on, I'm sure. Now, I'm curious how companies like Pro Tools, Logic, FL Studio, and if they will be incorporating AI into their DAWs. Now, it's always best to go with the flow instead of against the wind, but there are some companies out there that do something crazy. Now, I'm curious if they will be adding it, and I think it's always a good idea not to fight against tech evolution. Instead, look to see how you can improve your system with it. Now, Netflix and Blockbuster come to mind. If you guys don't remember, Netflix had a chance. They offered themselves essentially to Blockbuster for something like 5 to 10 million, and Blockbuster rejected it because they didn't think movies online or everybody watching it online would never take off, and that was an L. Now, Pro Tools, FL Studio, Logic, all these guys can take the L, or they can actually incorporate. Now, we are on the road to 500 subscribers, guys. That's 500, and so if you can subscribe, that would be much appreciated as we help grow this channel together. Now, let's go ahead and take a look. So far, the best AI music generation, hands down, has to be SoundRaw. And you can try SoundRaw for free on their site. You can see right here, soundraw.io. And they are partnering with several big name artists, and you can see on the screen there. You got French Montana, Trippie Redd, Vivio Foreign, and these guys are joining in. And sounds like some of them have used some of those beats as well. And you can see the genres they have at the bottom. Unlimited music, because it's able to endlessly generate any music you create, and it's for both creators and artists, because I know they have some options for you if you just make videos or you just edit or talk over some things, and they're all royalty free, and the license is forever and no copyright strikes because these are AI generated. And I found SoundRaw to be the best for 3 reasons: is the genres, consistency, and the vibe and the flow of the music kind of just sounds a little bit more put together, right? The mix. And you see here, you got the content creator options, artist starter, artist pro, artist limited. I feel like those prices are probably going to be changing eventually. So you can, so I'm going to log in here. I already have an account. Let me show you guys how it sounds. So we're going to go from raw. We're just going to look at everything, and then also we're going to talk about some of the things that needs to improve. Now, you see the genres here, several. I mean, that's a lot of options for genre. And Afrobeats, what? I've never heard of Tokyo Night Pop in my life, but I am interested now. But I guess if you are in Tokyo, you know what that is. So they got genres, and also you can change the mood. Now, this one has been tricky. Once you choose a mood, it does tried its best to match it, but most of the time it doesn't really capture the right mood. You got a theme. This one I haven't messed with a lot, because I mean, just look at some of the options: cooking, comedy. I mean, that's if you're making like narration videos, or if you're making ads and stuff like that. But the length, you see the songs go up to 5 minutes. I guess some people want to make like orchestras that can last a bit longer than that. And you got the tempo, 3 options: slow, normal, fast. And this was built for people that are probably not musicians, because we don't really go slow, normal, and fast when it comes to tempo. You got instruments. You see all the instruments there. That's not that many instruments if you're trying to make instrumentals and beats. So that is kind of the limit of SoundRaw a little bit for now. But let's go ahead and look at what happens when we choose a genre. If I chose the genre Afrobeat, for example, you can see it automatically generates songs with almost every click. Now, I don't know why they did that, but I guess it makes it easier for someone who's not a musician to get ideas right off the bat. You can do a lot of things. You can favorite, and it does create a folder for you with your favorites. You can download it immediately without even listening to it. You can create more of the same music, and that's what that button's for. And then you can also share the song with SoundRaw. Now, let's just play this first one here, and as you can see, it's not really what I'm kind of looking for. And I clicked on Afrobeat, but it's kind of playing something else. And you can see, when you choose a genre, sometimes it doesn't really adhere to it. But as you can see here in just the song flow, you can change how the song is sounding as far as like putting a build. You got your mixer, as soon as you open your mixer, quiet, intense, mid, that is just your options for building the song or where song. It's kind of generalization of music in a lot of ways. So I don't know. I don't put too much emphasis on that, but it does change it immediately, which is not something you can really do when you're producing music from scratch, right? And also, you can just see the wavelengths change, so your volume control is kind of limited a little bit. But I think it's more tailored towards people that don't naturally know how to make music from scratch. But you got your melody lines here, and then if you can see just right at the bottom there, everything applies to the same setting. So you got melody, you can change 3 of them, quite limited options on melodies, but you still have the option. And then also you got, you can close the mixer, but right behind it on the backing, same exact thing. So I click backing, right? And I can change that with those options that's given to me. Now I'm assuming they're going to have more options a little bit later. And then you have your bass, same thing. And then same thing for the drum. The fills are quite interesting because you can see their arrows there, and the arrows, have 4 options. I guess one's off, and then it just kind of builds, and they're different fills as well. And they kind of just transition. They're already pre-made, so there's no further customizations you can really make with the fills, and that's kind of a little bit of a downer. But like I said, you can scroll down, check which sounds. Now some of them have good sounds, and they're actually going to make you feel something here, but you're always going to need to customize it if you're going to use it for a song like I did, which I will share in a later video, the completed song that I'm still working on. So being able to just create the beat, build it, make it sound kind of like you want, even though it feels a little bit more generic than anything. But as you can see, your volume options here is a big limiter, because when you're making a beat, there are times where you need it to be really loud and to kind of get things pumping, but you can see these songs are kind of controlled, so they might need a little bit of EQing if you're actually going to use it. And if you scroll down at the bottom of whatever page you've generated, you can create more music, and it will generate more options, more variations of the same kind of 3 options here. Now mood is something I haven't messed with, but I know when you do change the mood, like if we choose sexy for example, it does try to get to that mood, but I'm not really sure if I'm making the beat and I am thinking of something like sexy. That's more like if you're singing or you're giving instructions to like a singer, you go, this needs to sound a little bit sexy. But it's just kind of weird that they have that type of options, I guess, to get that vibe out. But as you can see, when you do click mood, it doesn't affect it as much as you think it would, or it doesn't really interpret the right mood. But I found some success with happy mood, and I think those are always going to be your basic real happy chords. They're in the G's, or if you go sad, they're going to be in the minors and stuff like that. But that's if you're actually into making music. Now, why are producers actually mad about this? I don't know, because it still needs a lot of work, but this is the best one. I mean, this actually sounds decent. You can use this for videos and no one will really bat an eye, right? Everyone's kind of just going to vibe to it and not know that it's created by AI. I mean, is it created by AI? I don't know. If I chose the genre Afrobeat, for example, you can see it automatically generates. So there you have it. That's SoundRaw. Now let's go ahead and recap the good things about SoundRaw. And I think it's the genres. They have quite a few options, some things that I've never seen before, or even I think been aware of. And if you're honest with yourself, you've never seen that Tokyo genre either, right? And consistency, because overall the track is well mixed, and it's it kind of goes from start to finish, and you're like, okay, I'm vibing the whole time. And then the mix of it, the final mix and the mastering sounds decent enough. I mean, it's passable for like real songs as well. Now the bad things and the things that they can improve on, which I'm sure they will, first one is the limited customization. Now when we're making beats, we are normally not limited to 3 tempos, or are we limited to like 10 instruments, right? That's not enough for us to really make a quality beat. I mean, I guess you can in a lot of different genres, but ultimately, to make the song sound like what you want, you're going to need more options. And I think something like this for AI, like to learn a different instrument, would take 10 seconds. I mean, they can learn your voice in 3 seconds. So I'm guessing they can definitely add this very quickly. Now, are they being like asked to slow down? Probably. I don't know. But the other thing is creativity with chord progression. I think needs a little bit of work, because I mean, some chord progressions, like they all sound the same at some point. Like if you're clicking option 1 versus like option 50, you're going to somehow recycle because they're using the same instruments and generally same progressions if you're choosing a weird like mood or theme. And then last thing I would say is the song flow. I mean, the AI doesn't really understand how songs flow, because sometimes you'll have a song starts and then the drop and then like a slowdown and a quiet part. So it's really, so you kind of have to know, what you're looking for, what you're doing. And, but it's very, very easy to use. So anyway, that was the 3 takeaways on things that they can improve on. But ultimately, I mean, am I mad at SoundDraw for being able to make a beat with 3 clicks? Not really. But are producers out there not having it? Yes. Do I see their reasoning? Yes. But ultimately, I think we will be better producers if we incorporate, companies like SoundRaw into how we make music. Because there are some things that I like to automate. And first of all, we do automate things anyway when we make beats. Like, if you know what I'm talking about, if you're a producer, you automate a lot of things. So, there's some things where AI can help you become a better producer. If you're making a beat and you say you want to automate it, and you just let the AI decide when to automate or show it. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of good, a lot of bad, and a lot of shocking as well. So, but y'all go ahead and check it out. So you can try SoundRaw for free, and you can see what I'm talking about. And I'm actually making a song that I will be releasing with the next video. So you guys look out for that, because we'll actually show you what the song sounds like recorded through Logic, by the way. And so don't forget to subscribe, like, share if you find this useful, or if you just think it was actually kind of funny or something like that. You can. We're on the road to 500 subscribers, and any thing you can do to help us is much appreciated.